going on, everybody? It is an exciting day. And let me tell you, every day waking up, it's almost Christmas time. With Cash Patel just appointing Dan Bongino as the Deputy Secretary to the FBI. It is, like I just said, it's like Christmas every day. And I woke up very happy today. Let me tell you, very, very happy. Because not only is this exciting news, this just shows and displays the movement that has been going on behind the Donald Trump phenomenon. And just to lightly put it, honor, sacrifice, and doing the altruistic thing that many people would never do. And for people who don't know who Dan Bongino is, he has been got in the mainstream now for, I would say, several years, and has been building his own platform via the Rumble site. And, you know, nothing for nothing, he, just like Donald Trump, does not have to be doing this. I mean, everyone in the American dream, everyone who wants to come to America, we all believe that, strictly saying that, you know, the American dream is you can have it all as long as you work for it. And he has that. And let me just say that between him, Tulsi, RFK, Elon, and all the others that are just standing behind our movement here, put it very frank, we're looking at the modern age forefathers of the new American Revolution, as I would say. I personally believe that over the past, say, 20 to 30 years, there has been the secret cabal now at this point that has been working strictly to change our country from the foundations that were created up until now. And they weren't expecting this. I don't think it was in the calculations. I don't think it was in the plan. And in the end of the day, now that we have Bongino in as Deputy Director of the FBI, we're looking at a whole new world, folks. This is a whole new media order. And like I said, man's been on Rumble. He's got one of the greatest morning shows. Has been on there now for several years, and over the past couple of years, it's really been taking off. And, you know, it's time for people like myself and everyone else in the media, it's time to step up and keep the message going and alive. I could never figure out really what I wanted to do with this channel. Some may know that I already have my weather channel, Weather World CC. It's quite awesome. If you're looking ever for some, if you're ever looking to wake up really to some unwoke weather, that's the channel to go to. You know, we give live forecasts and synoptic breakdowns. I also do live streaming and feeds inside storms. Some extreme weatherman, as they like to say. So I enjoy the extreme meteorological phenomenons out there. And yeah. So I couldn't really figure out what to do with this channel because I also don't want to always be talking about weather, and I feel like that we can all put our hands into different pots. And, you know, I really do enjoy reporting and journalism, and I also enjoy following up with the political sphere, because I believe now at this point that I need to be tuned in. My grandfather said to me a long time ago when I was in high school, because I was kind of getting involved then with politics. Just, I don't know if it was just my age or what the deal was. I know it was in an advanced politics class, so maybe that was part of it as well. But I was always told, don't worry about the politics. Don't worry about what they're doing. It's kind of all a show. You should only really get dialed into politics is when it's really, really necessary. And when you can see things are completely falling apart. It's when you really need to start worrying about what's going on. Ironic enough, we're going to talk about what's going on. And I didn't know really, like I said, what to do with the stream and where I wanted to be going with it. However, I feel like that there is a new light and a new chapter that we've just opened up. And congratulations to Dan Bongino. Very, very excited for you. And I know that you're going to serve this country so well. And it's just a big congratulations. Again, what I don't understand, though, is the narrative behind this. And what I'm going to do is just kind of touch base a little bit on this because it's really, really irritating me because once again, the media and the narrative against Dan Bongino is absolutely ridiculous. And for many of you who may not tune into Rumble all the time, see everything that Bongino talks about is done and said, here's a little snippet, because if you're paying attention to your regular local media, you're going to be finding out things such as this. I think this is Aaron Gilchrist on
job. A deputy director has been named for him, Dan Bongino, who people know. He's also an officer. Was a career. Director.
I don't know if I have to talk about. Lightly put, they just don't know what they're talking about. And it would just take 2 minutes to just see who the man was. I mean, he even mentioned the fact that he has his biggest live stream platform in the morning time at 11 a.m. on Rumble. He's this political commentator strictly just from having on Fox, making appearances on Fox, and that's it. It's like they were all putting our trust into some random correspondent for Fox News, and that's like the whole trend, and it's definitely not. The narrative's getting really old and annoying and really quite boring. I wouldn't be surprised if all these people wind up losing their jobs. I honestly don't think that any of these people should be live on TV pushing any sort of narrative. In fact, they probably all should go back to school and go back to just intro to journalism, where we talk about defamation, libel, civil suits like that, where people defame other people by giving false information, false narratives, things of that false nature. And I don't think we're going to learn, because I've been noticing that this is the continuous trend that has been constantly going on. And I don't think it's going to stop. If it does stop, that would be great. But I think it's better for everybody if they continue to go with the madness and the craziness. Because at this point, the more crazy you're going, and the more that you're just doubling down on every single policy, every single rhetoric, every single diverse tactic that you've tried in the past, you're continuing to do so. And maybe we're all jaded with it, and maybe there's some sort of secret other nefarious plan going on. But I really, really doubt it at this point, because I've never seen so many heads just keep on spinning in circles. I mean, there should just be a really good meme out there with the actress lady. Basically, the liberal media at this point, with the firing of Joy Reid, Rachel Maddow, and hopefully many others soon. The View would be great. I know a lot of people would like The View just to disappear and be gone, but that's probably not going to happen. Well, I wanted to introduce or start off the introduction like that because I figured it was just kind of important to mention what I'm going to be trying to do from now on. And it's just the only free time I have to really fill up to put content onto this channel. Is at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, Thursdays. Mainly on probably Tuesdays. If I do get some chance on Thursdays, I will do the same. I'll be able to put a post or two up. But you're fine. I don't care. Just, yeah, it's all zoomed up on me. And what I'm going to do is just try to keep doing that either on Tuesday or Thursdays, but mainly, like I said, on Tuesdays. I'm trying to schedule as many things as possible at this, and putting my arms into many different aspects at this point. But yeah, so really what I wanted to touch base on, what I'm going to be doing my episodes on for like the next, I would say, several weeks at this point, probably till the end of the semester, because I have so many articles that I wrote over the summertime, is the infamous J13 at this point. We all know what those three letters stand for. It was a pretty interesting day. I thought I would never ever witness a presidential assassination attempt ever in my life. However, that's where we're at now at this point, because I'm not going to go on speculations. I want to keep it somewhat PG. I'm going to let the history kind of unfold in front of us, because I really feel like that everything that I have thought of over the past X amount of years is really true, and it could be at this point because every day I'm waking up in the morning and things are becoming true. So we will just start day by day as the pieces unfolded, and I will go through each episode. We'll go through a couple of the articles that, you know, I had decided to write regarding this. And we all remember this day. I honestly didn't believe that it even happened because I was sitting around, just got home from work, and I was watching this live, and I thought there were fireworks at first, and that's why they were knocking him down, but then I heard the screaming from the background, and the rest is history, what everyone else remembers from that. Well, things started to spiral. As we can all remember, things really started to spiral out of control. One person died, 2 people were injured, 3 people were injured technically. Donald Trump was injured. I don't think anybody was accounting for that. The assassin was not accounting for that. I don't know where or why there were so many different reports and stories of what's going on. But as we have unfolded over the past several months, we now know why that is the case. And, you know, we didn't have any idea what was going on for the first several days. This is all we really knew is this guy, right? Who was Thomas Crooks? Well, what's amazing about Thomas Matthew Crooks is that man is anomaly of the 21st century. A man who does social media, somebody who's 20 years old, has never been on social media, doesn't have any social media accounts, and barely anyone knows who he is in school. He's an enigma, quiet kid. No one knows that. Everyone has different stories about him, of who he was, and nothing ever lined up. And then it got worse. It continued to get worse because all of the stories that popped up over the first, I would say, definitely 3-4 days, it was like you might as well just take a chicken, cut its head off, and just film it. I mean, like, this is what we know what's going on right now with the assassination attempt. So we'll get back to once the head and the body come back together, we can actually put some coordination in our movements to figure out what the heck is going on. So, you know, I found it very funny. And, you know, I went through and just listened to a lot of different outlets that were out there at the moment. And just sort of listen to see which different media outlets were reporting what. So you have Whoopi and Joy Behar and the other hens in the coop continuing to roost should be ashamed of the abuse of power and irresponsible words using on national television. I don't even want to play the clip because, to be very honest with you, it's sad that if I were to make a statement right now, which I don't really care, but if I were to make a statement about any of the leaders in the UK, how they're terrible people, how they are misleading their own citizens into a complete travesty and deconstruction of their civil government, right? You're going to have some sort of magistrate knocking on my door in the next 2 days, being like, "Oh, sir, I don't like the words you are using. You will now have to come with me, and Interpol is going to take you away for 4 months." And I didn't think the day would ever come, but this is the dawn of the internet, and this is, I think, the reason why they wanted internet to have a public use to everybody else, is because in the end of the day, if they control it, then we're controlled as well. But this is what really gets me, is that these people are on mainstream television. They've been doing this for years, and they can't even just give 5 minutes, you know, after the presidential candidate, an ex-president, one of our presidents, was shot in the head, and then you go on TV and just start defaming the man over because he this, that, the third, all these different charges and everything he's done. You act like the man deserves it. Well, I don't know if it's turning out too well for anybody at the moment. Well, because what we're looking at right now is the constant rhetoric still going on. And that is probably why they believe that he is a Nazi still, is because they believe that if he was shot and killed and dead, he'd killed a Nazi. Nazi's gone. Why even worry about it? But that was the first couple of days. The media had no idea what the heck was going on. Then we finally start to get answers. We only go through the first couple of days because really the first couple of days we really didn't have much answers until we started getting some answers because, or at least some responses to this. What I found real funny about Mr. Cuball here, he was such an honest guy. He did a great job of it. And oh, that's a lie. I just want to hear that. Man's a masterful liar. And I hope we start to uncover some of those things, because that's total bold-faced lie that completely brought down his Secret Service staff. I believe the number of agents that were covering him were 9 or 10, I think, at most. I think it was like a 2. I don't know how they do it, but there were not many agents on his compared to the first ladies and everybody else who didn't have to have Secret Service, like John Bolton and Fauci and other people who I don't want to be paying their Secret Service protection. This is my tax dollars, and it's a big waste of money. The one person I do want protected, or all the people I want protected, are people who are running for an actual office and for an actual position and need to be protected. You know, my question when I wrote this, my question is, we knew that there was a shooter on the building 25 minutes before the event. With 2 attempts to stop him before, within those 25 minutes, no one ever thought it was important to have the president go onto the stage until the threat was neutralized. Never thought that. So why wasn't so here's some questions, right? And this is the questions I asked. You know who I got this from? I got this actually from Dan Bongino. Why was the president on the X? It's a question. Why was there no drones, aerial security, like normally we have? Why are we relying on local law enforcement? We all know those answers now. And we still haven't really gotten any answers yet, because everyone's putting their hands up there and like ignorant and just dumb. But this is why I'm doing this, because I want to bring it up in review. You know this is going on Rumble. You know this is going on X. I know Dan Bongino has his show at this time, but I know that Dan Bongino is super pretty busy. And if I keep doing it at this time and keep going over these days of dark times, hopefully we can start to refresh people's brains and light the fire up under a lot of people's asses to get some answers, because at this point I want answers, and I'm sure a lot of other people do, because I don't want this to happen 4 years down the road. I don't want to continue this. I don't want to have to be continuing to talk about these things that they have to talk about right now. And I would rather spend the rest of my life talking about weather. That's all, just talking about weather. That's all I want to do. I can't, because I have to worry about this, because I don't have to worry about the rest of my life getting a paycheck and then, you know, my hard-earned money disappearing every week. Then I get a paycheck. And it's just not fair. You know, it's just not fair. I'm going to go over this last little article I put to on the 16th here. This is a big update. This is from Dan Bongino. You know, and today, on the day on his show on the 16th of July, you know, he was talking about those things that I, you know, stated in that last article there. You know, why was he on the X? Get him off the X. And I just take a quick listen and look. And this is why this man is in now as the deputy director of the FBI. Because he knows what the heck is going on. He was like, yeah. So it was. We did watch. And then after that, yeah, it was slushy for me. Like, that's right. Yeah, 100% right. And I started really following him after these reports and after this happened. Basically, you know, why was he on the X? Why was he on stage? He knew all of these X, Y, and Z's. You know, we're going to go over them in the next couple of weeks. A lot of the things that we discovered, a lot of the things that we found out later on, all of the failures, the blissful ignorance, we'll put it, the head in the sand, thinking, oh, the next man will take care of it, or someone else will do it. You know? And what could really go wrong? Well, now we know. And this is why this man is in that position. You know, a lot of people were talking about him being the next director of the Secret Service, but I just don't think the Secret Service is going to be around much longer. And, you know, there are talks and theories about, you know, FBI becoming a combined department of all of the other federal agencies like ATF and the Secret Service. I think that that's a lot smarter, that more internalized into one department, where you would have, you know, the Federal Bureau of All Investigative Agencies. I think that would be a better label and name. And I don't know though. I don't know who's going to be labeled as the new Secret Service director. There's actually been no talks about that, and that's one thing that people should be remembering and paying attention to, because you know it's the same thing with the ATF. ATF is still being looked at right now about being downsized. What the heck? What do we need the Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms Bureau for? To be very, very honest with you, the ATF mainly only concentrates on firearms, if that, and it's kind of becoming a waste of money, if you ask me. But I'm gonna be stuck doing this now because we gotta have to keep reminding people of what we went through over the past 4 years, especially over the past year. Just unprecedented, and things that just thought we worked through in the 60s. Let's just put it that way. But I want to find out. I want the answers. I want to know what happened. It's like with everything. I want to know who killed JFK. I want to know who killed RFK. I want to know who killed Martin Luther King. I want to know who killed Malcolm X. I want to know why all of these influential leaders of their times were taken out in the most unprecedented ways. And we all deserve that. We do. And for every single person that's in the squawk box right now, every person freaking out because of the fact that these things are legally being done because of all the illegal things that have been done to the American citizens over the X amount of years, I don't have sympathy for any single person who is right now on X, on Blue Sky, on any of the other social platforms, complaining, crying, in fear about losing this or that. Should have been taking advantage of it, but just the bottom line, you know. And I know that some people were willfully ignorant, but even with willful ignorance, there's a reason why you put the ignorance there with the willfulness, is because you're willingly going along with the dumb shit that you decide to sign up for, and you just have to play ignorant because you're willing to do it, because you'll do anything for $1. This man right here, a little different story. And I'm excited over the next few weeks to really get into more of these. And these articles, it gets really dark, really quick. Really dark. But I'm gonna wrap it up there. Make sure you guys follow me up on Rumble. I'm on X, Charles Cotton. Go on YouTube as well. Follow me on What's Going On IRL. I've been bringing these on Tuesday, Thursdays. I'm trying to do a longer segment. Also, we are still going to be doing the episodes of the Cube on for the world to see, and as well bringing more content every week. But for now, everyone just like and subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next one.